Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to KCTV 5 Plus Streaming. I'm Katie Bird. Today I'm joined by Anthony Hill. You probably know him from Grey's Anatomy as Dr. Nadugu. Anthony, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is great.
Yeah, so this past weekend you were actually the Grand Marshal at the Kansas City, Kansas Mayor's Christmas tree lighting. Anthony, I want to start just by asking you, how was it?
Oh, it was such a fun time. I kind of knew what to expect. I won't lie because I've been to a few of them when I was growing up, and so it was cool to be a part of it on the other side of it this time. You know what I mean? And Mayor Garner and his team were just so accommodating, and they got it all fixed up and worked out, and I was just happy to be able to make it there.
We were so glad to have you back in the Metro. I know this is your hometown here. I'm sure it was definitely a very special moment for you. Definitely full circle, Anthony. I also am curious, at the mayor's tree lighting, one of the things they did is you were actually joined by families of fallen officers Elijah Ming and Hunter Simonset. Could you tell me just a little bit about what that meant to you?
I told the families themselves this, and I feel this way. It was just I felt honored to be up there with them because I know what they're going through as a family is just unimaginable. And I know that those two figures in the community were pivotal. They were very important. And my mom literally told me a story about one of those officers and how just great he was. So I know I know that that was a very kind of a I knew it was a bit of a strange or interesting mix because we were kind of celebrating the holidays, but also paying tribute to these great men. So it was a balancing act, but I'm glad that we got to do it, and I felt honored to be up there on stage with them. To be honest with you, it was great.
Anthony, thanks so much for walking me through that. I am also curious, while you spent the weekend here in Kansas City, did you do anything, try any good barbecue, maybe make any other pit stops?
Yeah, I said I said on stage actually that I was gonna go stop at Slaps, and I did that, and I'm happy that I got to do that. I love Slaps barbecue. It's kind of like the newest kid on the block ish, but they are really good and they're not to be slept on. So I went there, and I didn't get to stop by Mildred's. That's one of my favorite places to have breakfast. But I got to go see the Kansas City Current play, and I was joined by like a whole bunch of other people. The Ted Lasso squad was there, and Spags from the Chiefs was there, and it was just an incredible game until we didn't quite pull it off. And so, but it was just I was happy to be there and to support that squad because the Current are incredible.
The Current truly are such an incredible team. I know they've had a groundbreaking season, and it was great to have you there, cheering them on. Sadly, they won't play again till the spring, but, it's always great to cheer on the Current. And, of course, Slaps Barbecue, one of my favorites as well. Even though they're the
Is
newer
it?
kids on the block, I think they're just as good as Gates, all the others. So I like how you
Yeah,
said
I
not to
agree.
be slept on for sure. So, Anthony, I know you're known everywhere for your role as Dr. Nadugu in Grey's Anatomy. You guys are now on season 22. I am curious, what's it like being part of this TV series that's truly become a staple in society?
It's wild. It's kind of I still pinch myself. It sounds cliche, but like I watched the show when I was in high school, The Shine of Mission South. It was like it's a weird moment to walk onto a set and see people that you've been watching for years, and then be a part of the ensemble and work with them in scenes. And it's I, it's pretty special for me actually. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's like I was gonna play it cool and be like, oh well, I've worked very hard, but that may be true, but it's like, here I am on this show that people know, and it's beloved around the world, and I get that energy from people whenever they see me. They want to talk about the show and what the show means to them and what the characters mean to them. And playing Dr. Ndugu is like, it just feels like I'm joining this kind of legendary show. I don't know, it's a weird way to say it, but I'm just trying to be my puzzle piece in that and do my part and try to live up to the name.
Well, you're doing an incredible job, and it surely is a testament to all of your hard work over the years. And kind of piggybacking off of that, there is a lot of young, ambitious people right here in the Kansas City metro. Anthony, they really look up to you and what you're doing. What would you like them to know?
Well, I mean, the things that I would say are kind of cliche, but they're so true. You it's possible. I mean, to do what you're thinking you want to do, what you're dreaming of doing, whatever that is, it's very possible. And no matter how far you are from that point, or literally from that city where those things happen, it's very possible to achieve them. I think the main thing I would say, and this kind of gets deep, and kids might kind of clock out and check out and zone out, but consistency is the thing. If you can be consistent with whatever you're passionate about and work at it consistently and then show up consistently, and try consistently, really try. A lot of people are afraid to try. And if you don't try, you just not, it's never gonna happen. So I think the consistency is the thing that's kind of gotten me to where I am. If I wasn't consistent, I don't know if the relationships I've built would have grown the way they have, and I don't know if the skill sets that I've built would have expanded. You just have to be consistent and really uh, persistent as well. Consistent and persistent. That's what I would tell the kids to be.
Consistence and persistence. An incredible message, Anthony. Thank you so much. One last question here before we
Yeah.
wrap it up. I watch the doctors on Grey's Anatomy. You guys are very knowledgeable. Do you feel like any of the skills you've learned through acting could translate to real life?
I I'm not gonna lie, probably not. But there are a couple things. There's a couple things I can do. I can do CPR. I've been able to do CPR before, so that wasn't anything new. But I can sew some sutures. I can stitch somebody up. If it's a very small cut, I can do that. If we're talking something massive, you don't want me anywhere near it. But yeah, I can say things and memorize things that sound really smart. But you don't really want to see me on the scene of something that's dire.
You know the basics, and that is all you need to know for sure. Well, is there anything else, Anthony, you want to add just about your weekend in Kansas City? Again, thanks so much.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It was one of the, it was just, it's so refreshing every time I get to come home and be around the people and the places that I've known my whole life. It's just, there's a comfort there, but also there's just a warmth there. And I invited a couple cast members from Grey's Anatomy to come to Kansas City to go to a current game in March. And they still talk about all the time. They talk about how much they enjoyed the people of Kansas City and how much of an impact the people made on them. And I don't prompt these conversations. They bring it up. They're like willingly want to talk about the people in Kansas City and how great everybody is. So it was nice to be around the people. And I try to get back every time that I can, every second that I can, because it's home.
There truly is no place like home. Well, Anthony, again, thanks so much for sitting down on the KCTV5 streaming desk. It's been great to have you.